Stop bending, stop breaking, stop handing over your power to the ones who drain you dry. You have spent too much time, too much energy, too much heart on people who only know how to take, devour, and discard. A narcissist does not love you, does not value you, and does not see you as a resource, a tool, an object to be used until you have nothing left to give. And yet you have continued to be nice, to be patient, to be understanding, believing that somehow, some way they will change. But, hear me, today, your kindness will not fix a narcissist. Empathy is the foundation of healthy relationships. It is the ability to feel for others, to understand their struggles, to offer genuine care and compassion. But a narcissist has no room for empathy. They may pretend, they may mimic concern when it benefits them, but deep inside they do not feel for you. They do not care about your emotions, your hardships, or your well-being. Your pain is an inconvenience to them, your struggles are a distraction from their self-importance, and your feelings are simply obstacles in their path. When you express hurt, a narcissist will either ignore it, minimize it, or turn it against you. They will roll their eyes when you are upset, accuse you of overreacting, or make you feel like your emotions are nothing but an annoyance. If you are crying, they may dismiss you with a cold, "You're too sensitive." If you are overwhelmed, they may say you always make everything about yourself. But when they suffer, when they are angry or upset, they demand the world to stop. They expect your full attention, your comfort, your energy, without giving anything in return. A narcissist cannot truly connect with you on an emotional level because they do not see your emotions as valid. If you are excited about an achievement, they will downplay it or find a way to make it about them. If you are grieving a loss, they may show irritation instead of sympathy, as if your sadness is an inconvenience to their life. Their lack of empathy is not just a personality flaw. It is a destructive force that erodes your self-worth, leaving you feeling unheard, unseen, and utterly alone. This absence of empathy allows them to hurt others without guilt. They can lie, manipulate, cheat, and betray without a second thought. They can destroy your confidence, dismiss your pain, and walk away without a shred of remorse. A person with empathy would feel sorrow for causing harm, but a narcissist feels nothing, and if they do pretend to feel guilty, it is only because they fear losing control over you. Their apologies, their moments of apparent remorse, are nothing more than calculated acts to pull you back into their grasp. A relationship with a narcissist is like speaking to a brick wall, pleading for understanding but receiving only cold indifference in return. It is exhausting, it is dehumanizing, and no amount of love, patience, or kindness will ever give them the empathy they lack. The sooner you recognize this, the sooner you can break free from the cycle of hoping they will change, because the truth is, they won't. Manipulation is the lifeblood of a narcissist. They do not operate with honesty, fairness, or integrity. Instead, they weave deception into every interaction, bending the truth to serve their own interests. They do not care about right or wrong, only about control. And one of their most insidious tactics, gaslighting. This is not just simple lying, it is a psychological assault on your perception of reality. They will twist your words, deny past events, and make you question your own memory, leaving you feeling lost, confused, and powerless. At first, gaslighting is subtle. It starts with small contradictions, things you know they said or did, but they insist never happened. You confront them about a cruel comment they made, and they respond, "I never said that." You recall a promise they made, and they claim you must have misunderstood. These tiny distortions seem minor, but over time they accumulate. The more they deny, the more you begin to question yourself. Did you really hear them correctly? Are you being too sensitive? Could it all be in your head? This is the trap they set to make you doubt your own mind. As the gaslighting intensifies, you start to feel like you are going crazy. You remember clear instances of their lies, their betrayals, their broken promises, but they deny them so convincingly that you begin to feel like the problem is you. They will call you paranoid, overly emotional, or even delusional. You're imagining things, you always overreact, you're being dramatic. They will even recruit others to reinforce their lies, making you feel isolated in your own reality. They strip you of your confidence, making you believe that you cannot trust your own thoughts. And the cruelest part, when you finally break down, when the weight of their manipulation crushes you, they turn it against you. They call you unstable, irrational, or mentally unwell. See, this is why no one believes you. They provoke emotional outbursts with their lies and then use those outbursts as evidence that you are the problem. They push you to the edge and then mock you for losing control. This is how they maintain power, by keeping you off balance, by making you doubt yourself so much that you surrender to their version of reality. A narcissist's manipulation does not stop at gaslighting. They use guilt, fear, and obligation to control you. They will guilt-trip you into staying in the relationship, making you feel like you owe them loyalty despite their abuse. They will use threats, whether direct or subtle, to keep you in line. If you leave, no one else will love you. You'll never make it without me. After all I've done for you, this is how you treat me? Their words are poison, designed to erode your self-worth until you feel trapped, unable to break free. But here's the truth. You are not crazy. You are not imagining things. You are not the problem. You have been manipulated, deceived, and gaslighted by someone who thrives on control. The only way to reclaim your sanity is to break free. Stop engaging in their twisted mind games. Stop defending yourself to someone who is committed to misunderstanding you. Stop hoping they will change, because they won't. Walk away from the chaos and step into clarity. The moment you see through their manipulation is the moment you take your power back. A narcissist is never satisfied. No matter how much you give, no matter how much you sacrifice, no matter how much you praise them, it is never enough. They are like a black hole of validation, always needing more, always demanding more, and never giving anything in return. Their hunger for admiration is endless, and the moment you stop feeding their ego, they turn cold, cruel, or even vindictive. Your role in their life is not to be an equal partner, but to be their personal audience, their emotional servant, their cheerleader, and if you fail to play this role perfectly, they will make you suffer. At first, their need for attention may seem harmless. They soak up compliments like a sponge, basking in your admiration as if it were the air they breathe. They love to hear how special they are, how talented, how irreplaceable. They will go out of their way to charm you, to draw you in, to make you believe that you are the only one who truly understands their greatness. But this is not about love. This is about control. They hook you with their charisma, making you feel honored to be in their presence, but the moment they have you, the demands begin. They expect you to be available at all times. Your attention is not yours to give freely. It is theirs to own. If you do not respond to their calls or messages quickly enough, they become irritated. If you are busy with something else and cannot drop everything to focus on them, they guilt-trip you. I guess I just don't matter to you. You used to care about me more. I see how it is. Everyone else is more important than me. Every interaction with them becomes a test of your devotion, and no matter how much you give, they will always ask for more. A narcissist does not just want admiration. They need it. It fuels them, keeps them feeling powerful, makes them believe they are superior. If they are in a social setting, they dominate the conversation, steering every topic back to themselves. If someone else is getting attention, they will find a way to redirect it, either by boasting about their own accomplishments or by causing drama to make themselves the center of focus. And if you fail to play along, if you do not shower them with the praise they crave, their attitude shifts in an instant. When you stop feeding their ego, they punish you. They may withdraw, giving you the silent treatment, making you feel like you have done something wrong. They may lash out, accusing you of being selfish, ungrateful, or unsupportive. Some will even seek validation elsewhere, turning to other people who will worship them the way they demand. If they do not get the admiration they want from you, they will find it from someone else. This is why narcissists often cheat, betray, or suddenly discard people they once claimed to love. They are not seeking connection, only endless validation. The scariest part is that they do not see you as a person with your own needs and desires. To them you are a tool, a source of attention. They will exhaust you, drain you, and make you feel like you are never doing enough, never loving them enough, never proving yourself enough. And yet, in their eyes, they are always the victim. If you ever express your exhaustion, if you ever say that you cannot keep giving and giving, they will turn the blame onto you. Why are you being so distant? You've changed. I guess you never really cared about me at all. You cannot win with a narcissist because their thirst for attention will never be quenched. They will always need more praise, more admiration, more devotion. And the moment you stop giving, the moment you prioritize yourself, they will show you exactly how little they truly care about you. They never loved you. They only loved what you provided. And once you stop providing, they will toss you aside like an empty vessel, moving on to their next source of validation without a second thought. So what do? You stop playing their game. You stop feeding their ego. Stop making their happiness your responsibility. Stop exhausting yourself for someone who will never be satisfied. You walk away, not because they deserve your absence, but because you deserve your freedom. Let them search for their endless supply of attention elsewhere. You are not their puppet and you are not their fuel. Choose yourself and leave them to their own emptiness. A narcissist does not see you as a person with thoughts, feelings, and dreams of your own. They see you as a resource, a tool, an object to be used for their own benefit. Whether it is your emotions, your money, your social connections, or your time, they will drain you without hesitation. They take and take, never feeling guilt, never considering how it affects you. And the worst part, they do it with a sense of entitlement, as if you owe them your energy, your love, and your sacrifices simply because they exist. Emotionally, they exploit you by turning you into their personal therapist, their emotional dumping ground. They expect you to listen to their problems, to comfort them, to build them up when they are feeling down, but when you need the same support, they are nowhere to be found. If you are struggling, they may ignore you, change the subject, or even make your pain about themselves. They will say things like, "You think you have it bad? Imagine what I'm going through." They do not care how drained you feel, because to them your emotions only matter when they serve their needs. Financially, they have no problem taking from you, whether they outright ask for money, pressure you into covering their expenses, or guilt-trip you into giving more than you can afford. They will always find a way to get what they want. They may borrow money and never pay it back, act helpless so that you feel responsible for supporting them, or even make you feel like giving to them is a test of your love. If you ever refuse or set boundaries, they accuse you of being selfish, even though they have never given you anything in return. Socially, they use you to climb higher, to gain status, to make themselves look good. If you have valuable connections, they will cozy up to you just to gain access to people who can benefit them. They will use your reputation, your hard work, and your influence to elevate themselves, often at your expense. Once they have gotten what they wanted, they will discard you or even turn against you, pretending you never meant anything to them in the first place. You were simply a stepping stone in their endless pursuit of power and recognition. In relationships, they exploit your kindness, your love, your loyalty. They know you have a good heart and they use that against you. They make you feel guilty for wanting to take care of yourself, for setting limits, for saying no when you have nothing left to give. They twist love into obligation, convincing you that if you truly cared about them you would do more, give more, be more. But no matter how much you sacrifice, it is never enough. They will always find a way to demand more from you. The moment you stop serving their needs, their entire attitude changes. They go from charming to cold, from affectionate to distant, from praising you to demeaning you. You were only valuable to them as long as you were useful. The second you stand up for yourself, they will make you feel worthless, as if all your efforts, all your sacrifices meant nothing. This is how they control you, by making you afraid of losing their approval, even though their approval was never real to begin with. They do not see their exploitation as wrong. In their mind, they deserve everything they take from you. They believe they are entitled to your time, your resources, your emotional energy. And if you complain, if you try to hold them accountable, they will turn it around and make you the villain. After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me? They will rewrite history, pretending they were the ones who gave while you were the one who took. It is a twisted game, designed to make you feel guilty for finally standing up for yourself. Some narcissists are even more sinister in their exploitation. They will sabotage you, holding you back from success so they can keep using you. If they see you growing, becoming independent, gaining confidence, they will find ways to tear you down. They will criticize your dreams, plant doubts in your mind, and create obstacles just to keep you under their control. They do not want you to thrive, because the stronger you become, the less they can take from you. You must understand this. They will never stop taking. A narcissist will drain you until there is nothing left. They will leave you exhausted, broken, questioning your own worth. And when you finally collapse under the weight of their endless demands, they will walk away without a second thought, finding someone new to exploit, someone fresh to use and discard. The only way to win against a narcissist is to stop playing their game, stop giving, stop explaining, stop hoping they will change. They will not. They do not respect you, they do not appreciate you, and they never will. Cut off their access to you. Reclaim your time, your energy, your resources. Protect yourself from their manipulation and refuse to be their supply any longer. You deserve more than being someone's tool. You are not a puppet, not a servant, not an endless source of energy for someone who gives nothing in return. Walk away from their grasp and take back everything they tried to steal from you.